Good morning. This is Dave Kelm. Channel is Milk Punch. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I guess the bell button. I figured out the bell. The bell button is you get notified, or you get a ding every time I upload a video, which is at this point 2, 3, 4 times a week, something like that. You know, I mean, the notion has to strike me. The subject matter isn't something that I research, clearly. The subject matter tends to be, what am I thinking about? I'll just hit record. Bada boom, bada bang. So today is the 19th anniversary of 9/11. And it's crazy for me to think that that was 19 years ago. Still crazy to think about that day. I was the director of government relations for a state agency. At the time, it was called the Illinois Department of Nuclear Safety. For those of you who don't know, Illinois has the most commercial nuclear reactors in the country for any one state. And that agency is now part of the Illinois Emergency Management Agency. But back then, it was a standalone agency, and I did government relations and other projects for the agency and for the director at the time. And I remember getting ready to go to work. And back in the day, the Kelm household had the Today Show on every morning. And at the time, we had a 1-year-old and a soon-to-be 5-year-old, right? Or a soon-to-be 4-year-old, soon-to-be 5-year-old. And we were, in the process of sort of getting the day rolling, and the TV was on, and Michelle said, they're saying that a private plane hit World Trade Center. And so I turned around, or came in from the kitchen. I think I was in the kitchen. I came in the living room and turned to the TV as the second plane hit the second tower. And this is how, long ago that was. I mean, really, when you think about it in terms of technology and things, the second plane hit the tower, and I knew that I needed to get to the office. We had our own operations center, and before I got to the door, I kissed Michelle, and before I got to the door, I had a pager, and my pager went off, 911, and I called in and was told to go to the State Emergency Operations Center. I had a state car at the time with a radio and a satellite phone in the trunk. And we were, at the time, one of the only agencies with sat phones because our director, for whatever reason, a couple of years earlier, it wasn't after Oklahoma City, there was some event, and I can't remember exactly, maybe it wasn't World Trade 1. Anyway, he decided that, he was going to take some extra money and purchase, I don't even remember, maybe a half a dozen sat phones, just in case there was a communication issue. And so I had a sat phone in the car and was told to go to the State Emergency Operations Center. And I spent something like 2.5 or 3 days there. Obviously, the sat phone came in handy for the responders who were in the room. And it was clearly, it was a long day. It was a long day for everybody. It was much longer for many other people, and I was an observer to what the state of Illinois undertook and what those guys did. I mean, that wasn't my profession, but to some extent I was fortunate enough to watch what a lot of those guys did. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. There was a time late morning, I think, 10 o'clock or so, where there was a plane over Indiana that hadn't responded. There were rumors flying all over the place. Not that there were many funny stories that came out of that whole situation, but one of sort of the gallows humor stories that came out of that was, we immediately, or very shortly after, shut down all of the cooling lakes for the reactors across Illinois. And our friends at Department of Natural Resources sent conservation police officers to ensure that nobody floated on the lake, whether they were fishing or looking to blow up a reactor. And like the very first sort of civilian call that came in was from somebody bitching because they couldn't go out on their lake and fish. And it was just like, are you insane? Do you not know what's going on? And of course, well, everyone knows me. I'm Joe Blow, and this is my stupid little John boat, and I'm going to go do some stupid little fishing, and I don't care that the United States has been attacked by terrorists. This is, whatever. This is my day to fish, and I'm going to fish, goddammit. And the CPOs were fantastic, and they handled the situation. But yeah, then we got this call from this guy who just wanted to immediately talk to the director because how dare blah 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 blah. And when you think back on little stories like that, and it's amazing. It's been 19 years. So at the end of the day, 19 years seems like a long time, but it isn't, and it wasn't, and it's important that people not forget what happened on days like 9/11. So this is Dave Kelm. Hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe. We'll talk to you soon.